What is the social model of disability? Do you think disabled people's organisations can change the lives of disabled people?
Yes, they can, yes. And because they come with the view of the social model of disability, which says that disabled people are disabled by the barriers that they face and by the attitudes that they face in society. And it turns the whole notion of disabled people on its head from what it used to be, where people were just passive recipients of services.
How would you describe the social model of disability?
Another person, the person having got disability is the things. Like if I go to a place with lots of steps, and make me disabled because I'm not allowing into that building without support.
Within the work of DAD, the social model of disability means that we are always working on the emphasis that anybody, any disabled person, should be able to do the same as a non-disabled person, providing they have the right support. Independence doesn't mean doing everything yourself. It's all about doing things as you want them done, when you want them done, but you might need support to have them done.
People sometimes try to alienate disabled people into the background, and this has been the history of our society. So we have to move from there and get to a point where people are accepted irrespective of their differences and they are accommodated for. That's what is important. Not accommodated for out of pity, right, but out of the fact that they have a right as everybody else has. And if society hasn't got the structures available to support them, then society must have those structures available to support them. Otherwise, there's an alienation of a group of people who are citizens, who pay taxes, who should enjoy everything else everybody has to enjoy. So this is why we think that it is very, very important that we pursue the cause until we achieve that, near situation where everybody has accepted the fact that this is the way it should be.
I think it's really important because if you take disability the way it's generally seen in society, it's like a virus because it's seen as something that's wrong with you, and that virus comes out from television, from the media, from charities that raise money for disabled people, and disabled people are seen as the other. Well, if you're a disabled person, you're part of society, so you see yourself in that way. So one of the crucial things, I think, is that disabled people start to believe that they're not as good as everybody else, that they're the problem, rather than society and the barriers and the way society is organised and the attitudes. So the social model and disabled people's organisations are the essential vehicle for helping people break out of that medical model or that deficit model view of disability. So it's about how people empower themselves. A disabled people's organisation like ours provides opportunities for disabled people to explore disability as a social issue, as a political issue, and then they can begin to address some of the barriers in their lives. So we'll talk about that more on the 4th.
The social model of disability recognises that disabled people are disabled not by their impairments or health conditions, but by disablest attitudes and by organisational and physical barriers in society.